Michael Hernandez here, MLH Media, and we are here today. I mean, the road to A1 Combat 22 is coming right up upon us, and I'm here today with the co-main event, Steve Mora.
That's
Steve the
right.
Maniac Mora. Last time you were in that A1 Combat cage, you were opening up the card. Now you're the co-main
hmm
event slot. How's everything been going, my man?
So far, so good, man. Just been grinding since then. I haven't stopped. Not even prior to that fight. Like I feel like I've been working. I've been training. Just for any opportunity that comes up. So nothing has changed. I mean, there's a little bit of things that we've done differently at the gym. To prepare for certain people, but like in this case, yeah, preparing for Hector. Like that's all. That's the only thing that changes. But other than that, I stay. Oh, I stay inside the gym. You know what I mean? Like I stay in the gym, and I nothing has changed as far as you know my goal, which is just to fight and perform.
It definitely seems like you have been a man on a mission. I feel like that would
Yeah,
be, if to add on to the Maniac nickname, man on a mission would be another one because you said you've kind of been someone that stayed in the gym and someone that's
yeah,
constantly been preaching this, like, I'm ready for a fight whenever. Can you kind of
yeah,
go through the philosophy of taking this bout with Hector? I know that there was a little bit of things that kind of came up on the way to this. I know you had a
yeah,
possibility of game matched up at Cage Warriors. Can you kind of just give
yeah,
us the road of everything and now going into July 20th, everything's looking good?
yeah. Well, I think like you said, where that mindset comes from, I for sure have to say from my coach. My coach since day one, about Quash, like he's always told us to, like to just train, like stay in the gym and just be ready for anybody, but anytime anybody calls. And I think that's the mindset that I've taken is I train and I try to get better. And if anybody gets called up, like we don't, not that I don't say no to anybody because I don't, but I just, all right, well, let's test ourselves. Let's test ourselves. And the journey has just been me, just trying to get better, just trying to get better. And again, trying to test myself versus those anybody. And yeah, anybody that's willing to fight, I think is just testing myself. And yeah, it all comes from I think from my coach Val, who instills that in us is be ready for anybody anytime, because anybody can call, and if you have the opportunity, um take it. And like you said, that like the Cage Warriors one, like that would have been a great opportunity, and I was excited um that I was going to be able to fight for them. But things happen, and in that case it's just not there wasn't I'm not going to say it was my opponent's fault. It definitely wasn't my fault, but we showed up to the day of the fight, like we weighed in. We showed up the day of the fight to the fight, and then the commission told me, hey, there's a chance you might not fight because of the medicals of my opponent. Some stuff wasn't turned in, I guess, on time. I don't even know how I got that far, but yeah, 30 minutes in there, and then they told me, hey, Steve, you're not fighting. I had family there, which sucked, but again, we were ready for this one, and so we just turned around and went back to it. So and that's the case, man. I feel like no matter what, even if I'm not getting ready for a fight, I love being in the gym. I love training. I love who I train with, and um, yeah, man, I'm just blessed to be able to be there day in and day out.
And I wanted you to really highlight that because it was an incident I kind of heard rumblings about. Obviously, I know that bout had got canceled, but I heard it was pretty dang close to about when everything was about to go down. But a lot of guys, they would have kind of been like, hey, maybe this is a sign to take a little bit of time off. Maybe it's a sign
Yeah,
to take vacation. You took it as a sign to take another bout.
yeah.
I mean, can you kind of just go into the formulation of the bout with Hector? I believe that was a bout that was possibly looking to be made before, but now it's getting made for July
Yeah,
20th. Is it something that it seems like about that both of you gentlemen are pretty excited about?
yeah. Well, so they had brought us that opportunity, and I had seen Hector like at just um at the previous events, right? Like I would fight, I'd see him there. Like I don't know who he was, but I'd see him there. And then I enjoy the sport too, so I watch fights. So when I would watch A1 fights, I watch Cage Warrior fights, specifically if they're bantamweights. Like I had seen Payton fight an A1, and I was keeping an eye on him just because he's good. I know he's a 135er. Hey Google, stop. Sorry.
Google trying to get in the
So
interview
yeah,
there.
it's an alarm. But yeah, so I have been paying attention just because I knew he was a bantamweight, and I knew he was a good opponent, like from what I've seen. So they have asked us about us fighting against him. We had the Cage Warriors lined up, so we just kind of kept that one on standby, kind of saying yes already ahead of time, just in case anything. Like given that I win real quick and I can turn around real fast, so we had that opportunity there. So we kind of had it on standby, and then I guess whether I would have won or lost even in that Cage Warriors fight, I still wanted to stay active, and I feel like it would have been good time even after that Cage Warriors bout to take it win or lose, still fight against. I guess I was so confident that I would win in that Cage Warriors fight. I was so confident I would win, and then turn around and fight versus Hector, you know. And I mean, for one thing or another, it didn't happen. So now we're here, and now I feel like with no injuries, nothing to worry about, you know. Just just focus on that fight.
And I feel like both you guys have both felt like this was it's been a little bit of a long road. I mean, both you guys both being in the cage over there for A1 and in January. It's like it's such a, you know, kind of a half year to get back into that cage for A1. What are the thoughts behind getting to be kind of the co-main event slot, though? I mean, that's not really something that a lot of guys get to experience. You guys are going to be over there, Hard Rock, Sacramento, co-main event slot. What do you feel like that adds to the magnitude of your guys' bout?
I don't know if I mean, with me, it's just, to me, whether it be the first fight of the night, whether we would be the last fight of the night, to be honest, if he was to show up at my gym and he said, hey, I want to fight, I don't think it would change my point of view, to be honest. It would be still do whatever I got to do to beat him, you know, like whether it be, again, first night of the fight, last night of the fight, I don't think it adds anything to it. Being at his house, it doesn't matter. Like, I know he's from Sacramento. It doesn't matter. Like, the last time that we fought out there in Sacramento, I think the guy that I fought was from out there too. But to be honest, I wouldn't care. I don't care if it's co-main or main event or if it's the first fight of the night, to be honest with you. Like, I just care about dominating and showcasing what I've been working on, you know, to be honest with you. Even because I feel like I don't have to prove that to anybody. I just want to prove it to him, like, hey, I'm better than you, and I'm going to show you, right? And even if he showed up to my gym and say he wants to fight, I would want to show him, right, well, I'm better than you, and if anybody's watching, or if we're the first fight of the night, last fight of the night, to me, it'll make a difference. Going to Sacramento, I feels even better. I feel better. Like, I keep on thinking, all right, I want to go over there and, you know, beat him in front of his people, you know, like, yeah.
And another thing I kind of wanted to touch on as well is speaking to you last time over there in Sacramento, you said, you know, you wanted to get over that hump. You had previously, before getting that win over Diller against Joe's Lee, you lost 3 in a row. Now you're up 2 in a row and possibly can match that kind of streak. Is that something that kind of had played into your mind as well? Like looking back at the fights or watching back everything, like, wow, like it's been a long road for you. I mean, somebody that's been fighting in a lot, especially in that 2023 year, and now possibly looking to take 3 more bouts of 2024. Has the activity crept into the mind of Steve Mora?
Yes and no. I think I just go based on how my body feels, and it feels great, you know. So I just I more than anything, I want to win. Like, I'm not even looking, to be honest. I'm not even looking at, like, okay, hey, I won the last fight. Like, I'm on a streak now. I had thought about it. I guess even after the 3rd loss, thinking like, damn, I don't want to lose 4 in a row. You know, it did creep a little bit into my mind, but at the end of the day, is just trying to get better. You know what I mean? And literally put it on the line to show that I am getting better. You know, because I'm not trying to cut corners. I'm not trying to find an easy way out. I'm not trying to fight easy people. It's just someone gets presented to me, and then we prepare for that person. You know, it'd be nice to for sure be on a 3-fight winning streak. You know. But more than anything, I just want to make sure that I perform and show my dominance, you know. What if I would have lost my last fight? I still want to, this one, it's different. So I want to make sure I perform at a high level, and whether it be I lost the last one, won the last one, it doesn't change how I come into this fight, you know. If that makes sense. Like, it's been winning and losing and stuff like that. But I think even when those times I lost, I mean, I didn't think about, like, I would lose. And then this one, I mean, it's the same thing. I'm just focused on my goal, which is beating Hector on this Saturday.
Definitely looks like it's going to be I mean, a barn burner of a fight. I was even
Yeah.
talking to Hector about it, and it seems like both you gentlemen, I know you guys both have the jiu-jitsu, but you guys are both people that I feel like to throw your hands in fights, even though if it's not making the most sense about you guys love to throw your hands into the fury of the fire.
Yes,
Has that
sir.
always been something that you have kind of put in yourself as a fighter, or has that been something that just the more you've gone to your pro career? Because I've been watching some of your fights, and it definitely seems like the more you've gotten comfortable in that cage, the more you just wanted to let those hands fly.
Yeah, and it's just I guess, you know, I think I have to give credit to where it's due with, like, we have a boxing coach at our gym. His name's Hugo Vargas, and he's someone that I feel like has built that confidence in me and in striking, and then that mentality of like, it's a fight. You're gonna get punched, so you're not shying away from that. Obviously, I don't want to get punched, right? In the sense of where I don't want to take more damage than I need to, but I know it's a fight, so and you're gonna get hit, and then in there, if you're getting hit, it's making those adjustments. And I do like the stand up a lot more than the ground. I believe, I don't know for what reason, but I do love grappling too. You know, like I love doing jujitsu. I love learning. I love, I feel like wrestling is one of the things I've been loving a lot too lately. And I feel like I lean more towards the striking just because I enjoy it more. I think, and it's, to be honest, I feel like striking versus jujitsu and wrestling, I feel like striking you can be a little bit more comfortable, or it's not as tiring, right? As much as grappling and jujitsu. But I mean, we train for everything, man. I feel like we put in those rounds of grappling, we put in that strength and conditioning so we can get tired. But um, it's just how we react when we're tired. And I think striking is something that when you're tired, I think comes more naturally too. At least for me, I feel like I've seen as well, like you said, Hector. I feel like I've seen him, and he does like to stand up. He coming from a team like Team Alpha Male, it's like you would expect him to do a lot more grappling, right? But he does do a lot more striking. Yeah.
To look back, even at the corner, I mean, let's see, you're just talking about your boxing coach, but how about your partner, Sydney Trio, correct? Over there, an LFA 3-0, but also, I mean, her only loss to somebody that recently made her UFC debut, Fatima Klein. What is next for her? And kind of, can you guys give us the sneak peek of, or maybe so putting us in the shoes of yourself, being in the corner and then having to prepare for your own bout? It's almost a little bit of like a mirror with Hector and Corey, you know, how their relationship and them having to be in each other's corner. So can you kind of give us a little bit of a preview of that?
Yeah, well, with her, man, like I think it's that, right? It's we're not just teammates, you know, we're a couple. We're with each other at the gym all the time, you know. We train, I mean, to be honest, man, I get so nervous to watch her fight. Like, it's way different, you know, like it's different from when I fight versus her. Like when because I guess because when I'm fighting, I'm in control, right? So I don't get as nervous. But when she fights, man, I get more nervous. I feel like than her for sure, man. But yeah, I mean, for her, she's, like you said, she just had she's got her third win for LFA, and I think she's fighting actually next week, the week after me, she's fighting. So we've been preparing, and that's something I really do value a lot, is that we have a relationship where we train and we're trying to get each other better. You know, we don't try to take it easy on ourselves because we know that we're getting ready for our fights. You know, so I mean, she's there for me, like as I'm cutting weight, as everything in every way, shape, or form. She helps me get through the cut, helps me get through camps, through training, and I try to do the same by being there for her when, like, for these next two fights, you know, like she's going to my fight this Saturday, and then I'm going to her fight in next week. She's fighting in Oregon, this 27th. So she's trying to stay active too, and that's sort of something that that I think is beautiful to see, that this past fight I was supposed to fight, and then she was going to fight. Well, she fought in Denver, and then now I'm fighting this Saturday, and then she's fighting the Saturday after me. So it's awesome, man. It's a beautiful thing that I feel like we have, you know, where we train, we go out and spend time together. But I feel like we developed this relationship where we're pros, you know, and we do what I would say couples do as pros. We don't go out and party. We don't go out to clubs. We don't go out and stay out late. You know, we train. We go Sundays and then spend time with our baby. We, you know, like it's those things I think that matter. You know, that we try to do outside of training. That well, we start a relationship, but we're not out. You know, yeah, just go out and getting out doing what I think what regular couples do, which is going out, drinking, eating. We try to still do like that. We try to do the how do I say the active rest days, or we go run. All that. It's beautiful. I think it's what we have, and I'm blessed to have her in my corner and in my life for sure.
A different dynamic than some relationships, but definitely
sure.
a love dynamic like no other.
Yeah.
Can you kind of maybe give me some of the challenges though? Because I mean, there's definitely got to be some of them. I know you were speaking about the weight cuts. You're speaking about fights being a little bit more near each other. Can you kind of give the people some of the challenges? I mean, even to finding a babysitter like during training times, any of those challenges that have faced the likes of yourself or your partner during this time?
I think that's a good question. I think I mean, some of the challenges I feel like it is that, you know, sometimes I guess wanting to have, I guess you could say like a vacation, like, you know, wanting, like, for instance, I'm fighting and I want to, in my head I already have a program, right? Like I fight Saturday, I have a program, so it's like, okay, it's not like after the fight, it's not like a victory outside where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go be able to go eat, be able to go do this. Like I know in my head I have a program where like, all right, fight Saturday, all right, enjoy Sunday, and come Monday be at the gym, not just for myself, for me to get better, but for her there too, for her preparation. You know, it's not like I'm gonna not show up to the gym after a fight just because I just fought. Like I know I'll be there for her to, you know, to prepare her. So I think sometimes I guess I do, like in my head I'm like, oh, come after my fight, I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna sleep in a little bit. Finally, I'm gonna sleep late, but it's not that. I guess that's one of the challenges I could see. But I love it, man. Just because I always tell her, and I know is that we have a small window of opportunity, you know, in this sport. So I know we'll get to spend the rest of our lives later together doing whatever we want to do. But for the time being, I believe it's business. You know, it's business, and then just being a pro, you know, for the time being. And I think that's the only thing that I'm like, all right, well, later we'll get to enjoy ice cream, or later we'll get to enjoy the pizza. Maybe not now, but that's it, you know. Because we like, for instance, I know we want to go on a cruise, things like that, you know. But for the time being, we can't really miss training for more than a week. That's for sure.
And it's a challenge that I don't feel like a lot of couples see, and a lot of fans see, you know, is they all say, oh my gosh, it must be cool that, you know, that you guys are both fighting and you both are in the challenges together, but there definitely are some things that also come into play as well. Steve, it's been such a great time getting to speak with you today and get your side of everything going into July 20th. But just a couple more questions from me on my side of things. I mean, you have been active as can be in 2024, taking 3 bouts, possibly going to match the total that you had in 2023. But I mean, what is next for you if you're able to capture that win on Saturday? Are you possibly looking to, I know that Johnny Robles recently got a win over there at A1 Combat, possibly rematching over there in the A1 Combat cage. What can we possibly see from the likes of Mr. Steve the Maniac Mora next in 2024?
I definitely rematch. I think that, I mean, I would welcome any rematch for sure, especially any rematch, and then specifically the ones that I lost, right? I definitely would like the opportunity to do that. I think, I mean, I don't see anything, to be honest. I don't think too much past this Saturday. But I think it'd be nice to, if I get a win, I think it'd be nice to rematch someone like Robles. Even I didn't even know he's on the Contender Series, but in my head I've seen that kid. What's his name? And I know he's his teammate, Billy Brad. I know that Billy Brad, I think is his name. He's pretty good. So something like that. Like I was like, that kid's good. I don't know I know he's gonna go on the Contender Series, but someone like, I feel like I've seen him. He's a game. That kid's game. So I was like, fighting someone that's up there too. You know, where it's just another challenge for me to focus on. But I mean, nothing has, to me. It's just, I'm on a mission, and winning Saturday just gets me closer to, I think, fighting higher ranked guys, you could say, like higher caliber guys, which I think I enjoy. I know I enjoy testing myself and putting myself in those situations. So, but to be honest, as of now, I don't even think about the days after Saturday. I just want to make sure I perform, you know, to my best of my abilities and showcase what we've been working on.
And that's got to be something that I feel like a lot of fans can relate to as well. Peyton Talbot, Billy Brand, and possibly Steve Mora looking to add his name to those bantamweights that have made their way into that UFC/Contender Series conversation with a big win on July 20th over their A1 Combat 22 as he looks to take on Hector Fajardo, the 6-4 prospect, going up against the 4-4 prospect over there out of Rounders MMA in the Los Angeles area. I mean, as I said before, this is going to be an absolutely amazing co-main event. I cannot wait to be the one on the desk calling it in person. Steve Mora, was there anybody you wanted to thank in particular? I know you have a lot of people that help support you, a lot of people that help support that Rounders MMA team. Anybody you want to help thank in particular at the end of this interview here today?
First and foremost, my Lord Jesus Christ, to be honest with you, man. I wish I would have opened. I should have opened with that, but you know, Jesus, He gives me, you know, He gives me everything, man, and I can't thank Him enough. And for sure, yeah, the people that supported me from day one, my family. I can't even talk about my family without getting emotional, you know. But my family, they know who they are. My mom, my dad, and then yeah, the people at the gym. Bout Quash, man, he's putting in a lot of time and effort into us, and more than anything, I just want to make sure I represent him and our gym. You know, my girlfriend too, like you said, Sydney. She's been there with me since, you know, yeah, since day one, and then yeah, all my teammates at Rounders MMA. You know, that coach, that boxing coach I just said, Hugo Vargas, my wrestling coach Fernando, and all my teammates. They know who they are: Miguel, Carlos, Lalo, Richie. All those guys, man, they beat me up all the time, so I just got to perform.
Hey,
and you, man, and then thank you for opportunity too, man. Like, I mean, we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you, so I appreciate you, man.
Mora over there in the Southern California area. Michael Hernandez over here in the Central Valley. We're going to be signing out over here. I mean, road to A1 Combat 22 can't be coming any shorter, my man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.